Now, let's have a little talk. Shall we go to the conference room? I think the conference room will look silly without the green screen. Let's avoid the conference room. But what we need to talk about, dudes, there should be some sort of law regarding game developers. How far they go with this balanced playfield, okay? Now, this year I've beat my club rank 1, rank 2, and 5 more people on top 10. It was all on a live stream, alright? Let's not go that far. The previous stream, this is not me bragging about beating my club rank 1. This is not the point. My point is, even in real life, big teams get spanked against lower rated teams, you know? Small teams beats bigger teams. It happens. But on my club, in my opinion, it's a bit over the top. Because let's be honest here. Nobody is low rated. Usually I call somebody is lower rated. I don't say this guy is low rated. I say he is lower rated. If I am 900 rated with 60% win ratio, I'm playing against the guy who's 400 rated with 30% win ratio, you know, who played hundreds of games. He may play better than me that particular game, you know. I may get triggered, I may rage, you know, that's fine, it happens, you know. I've lost against 500 rated. I've had 500 rated guy who play much better than me several times. And I know my mistakes, but I've played over 1,000 games. Over 1,000 games. And I know every time when you're in expert level, you get matched against somebody on intermediate level, especially 500, 400, who played hundreds of games, 30% win ratio, terrible average goal conceded in scores. And all of a sudden you start thinking, okay, I play this game enough, and personally, I never underestimate low rating, what players they have, and how they play. In fact, if it wasn't for betting, I wouldn't even check the opponent's win ratio or how many games he played. So my point is, dude, why do I constantly beat top ranks, including my club rank 1 and rank 2? On the same stream that I beat rank 1 4-2, I drew 3 games against 500 rated. And then I lost a game against 500 rated. And again, dude, if you played over 300 games and you're still 500 rated, I'm not saying it's bad. Don't give up. But if you are, let's say, I don't know, let me put this another way. Imagine you are 600 rated and you're getting spanked, dominated, constantly hard when you're 600 rated against 200 rated guy. Let me put it this way, you know? Let me put it that way. So, in my opinion, here's what happens. And I just don't want to talk about this subject for one reason. I've been studying the AI, I've been rewatching games, I've been trying to figure out what I do wrong and what happens. Over 1,000 games, I'm not an idiot. When I play against low rated, I'm super fucking careful. And I'm not gonna give you those obvious crap. Oh, don't rage. If you rage, well, yes, if you rage, you're gonna fuck up. If you rush, you're gonna make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you're gonna get punished. So I'm not talking about the obvious stuff, really. And usually what triggers me, it's like, yesterday I beat my club rank 1 4-2, and then I was struggling against 3 500 rated guys. And some comments in the chat is like, dude, he's playing good. I'm like, dude, I never said this 500 rated guy is playing bad. But think about it. What makes a guy who played hundreds of games, right? Who played hundreds of games, he's still 500 rated with a terrible win ratio, dominate you? I'm trying to figure that out. It's not like there's some sort of magical button. It's not like they're intimidating. Matter of fact, back in my club 15, 16, or 17, if you are like 100 points higher rated than your opponent, they wouldn't fucking dare to go red mentality and gegenpress you. But now they know. They all fucking know. Even me, right? I'm just below 1k rated. I got the badge, I dropped, I do crazy shit. When I get matched against 2k rating, I'm like, I'm not scared, man. If I don't have delay, I can dominate. Because I know I will have some sort of magical AI behind my back. And most of the time, good players do the most logical stuff. You don't get the champion badge beating champion badge players. It's like this little square I always mentioned between tilt, flow, skill, and challenge. You know? Skill, challenge, tilt, flow. How are you going to flip these? How are you going to come in the middle of all these, if that makes sense to you. So what I have noticed in all these matches that I reviewed my game, that I watched what mistakes I made, I know the difference between AI error and human error. There are many games where anger clouds my judgment. I'm like raging, losing my shit, and things even get worse. There are games when I make a passing mistake, it leads to a shitty goal. Now, I'm not gonna focus on the shitty goal that I conceded. I'll focus on what mistake did I do for me to concede that shitty goal. So, what I'm trying to tell you, I'm observing everything. Yet, what triggers me is, whether it's myClub or Ultimate Team, right? We live in the age where kids, and there's a lot of casuals, people just want to grab the pad, run, and shoot. That's cool, right? Casuals, kids, want to grab the pad, run, and shoot. The game, implementing the balanced playfield, whether it's myClub or Ultimate Team, cool, fine. I'm not going to argue with the fact there's no longer a skill gap, especially on myClub mode and Ultimate Team. You want to boost the low-rated guy's AI? His finishing, his passing, his positioning, everything. A lot of time, none of that makes sense, right? That's cool. But what triggers me, I watch my defense all over the place. I watch my golden chances. If I'm in the box, dude, just because I'm higher rated and I have better players doesn't mean I should win. Just because I have superstars does not mean every chance should go in. I'm not saying that, okay? But when I play with these players consistently, I know how much power I need to make a pass. I know how much power I need to finish in the box with Ronaldo and Aubameyang. So when I notice my golden chances is going wide, crystal clear. When I'm making a pass, my player freezes, the opponent just boom comes in. It's like almost your entire team is on red condition and the opposition's team is on blue condition. So that helps the guy to play better. It looks like he's playing better because it helps. You can control one player at a time, not 11 players at a time. Why do we pick formations? Why do we pick tactics? Right? Your tactics decides how your team is going to react in attack and defense because you don't control them. So imagine if I am playing a game, right, against a 5K rated guy, and I'm noticing my defense is in a perfect shape. Every pass he does just goes right to my defense. Every finish goes wide. And I'm paying attention. My players are elusive. My touches are immaculate. My finish is on point every fucking time. Smooth touches. No delay. My players always have a faster reaction than my opponent. Perfect positioning. Perfect passing. Elusiveness. Again, that gives me an edge to dominate. And it's unfair on the guy. So this isn't about me being a victim, dude. It happens for you and against you, but the point is it's annoying, dude. Because let's be honest here. When I say a 500 rated guy dominated my ass, some people say, hey man, don't talk down to 500 rated guys. Not all of them are bad. Again, dude, if you're 500 rated, you're not bad. You're not low rated either. But when you compare, it's about the comparison. If you're 500 rated, I'm 900 with 60% win ratio. You're 500 rated who played hundreds of games with 30% win ratio. I don't think consistently you should dominate people who has double the win ratio and almost double the points. That's my point. And when the game does that, that's what triggers me, dude. I notice my team, my defenders going out of position on purpose so that through ball can go through. So many fucking examples I can notice. And so I'm not going to sit here, discredit my ability. I'm not going to sit here, discredit my ability just so that I don't think there's some sort of rig back coding in the game. I mean, I'm not a game developer or anything, but the time will come, there should be a fucking low. How much more game developers will go with this balanced playfield? It's a conversation we're having. I know. Join me. What's your opinion? What's your opinion about? Because everybody's got different opinion about translating. Out of this whole conversation, I never said script. I never said dynamic difficulty. I'm just giving you facts. And everything that I'm mentioning, if you're a regular on my stream, you see it. It's all live. I play all my games live. You judge a player based on his rating, dude. It's not like when I beat myClub rank 1, it's no script. But when a 500 rated guy beats me, it's script. It's not like that. As I said, you could be low rated than me. You could have a worse team, but you can play better than me that particular game. But if I am super careful, if I am not raging, if I'm not losing my head, if I'm reading the game, if I am aware of my passing, my touches, my build up, not to make mistakes, I know if I make a mistakes, I'm gonna get fucking punished. I'm going left, right, up and down, horizontal, vertical passing, trigger run, second man run, decoy run, freaking dynamic 1-2, everything. That defensive shape, it's unbelievable. And I'm noticing the opponent, the 500 rated guy, makes 2 passes, boom, he's with my goalkeeper. And I'm like, just maybe 5% AI help will help, you know? So if you're like 900 rated, 1K rating, you're playing against a guy who played hundreds of games with 30% win ratio, floating between 500 and 600. Pay attention how he's defending, you know? Pay attention how he's defending. Most of the time I'm paying attention. They constantly flick the cursor. They select their defenders and come at you. And when they do that, I'm actually looking, okay, he's defending bad, he's gonna give me space. But no, he doesn't. The CPU blocks the passing lanes perfectly. Dude, you can sit back, control a guy, and press square to press me. That's cool. That's cool. But there is no way you can reposition your AI players to block passing lanes. You can predict. I mean, that's how we defend, right? If somebody's on the ball, we control a player. We try to predict. We try to cut the passing lanes. We try to guess the next guy he's going to pass to. We don't just fucking go at the guy. That's my point, man. And that is just for defending. So I'm probably going to upload this on YouTube as well, because I don't want to just post a video again that I beat a top rank again. You know, I mean, you have to think about it. I beat my club rank 1 and rank 2. That doesn't mean I'm going to beat fucking everybody. But on the same stream, on the same week I beat my club rank 2, I lost against 400 rated. On the same week I beat against my, yesterday, 2 days ago, I beat my club rank 1 with 6,000 points. I drew 3 games against 500 rated. One of these games I was triggered because I was expecting what was going to happen, and it did happen. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. I was hoping it was just a fucking placebo. But oh man, I mean, one of the games, Aubameyang literally put 3 shots, like literally 3 shots. He just put it outside. So imagine you have 3 golden chances. You're very careful. Smooth pass. You make sure the player you're passing with is not under pressure. You make sure the receiver is not marked. You take a touch. You observe your surrounding. Are you going for R2 shot? Is the player on his weak foot or accurate foot? Can he do long range drive? Is he good finishing? Yeah, okay, cool. Matter of fucking second, because I know my players. And then I cool and calm take a touch. I'm thinking, okay, all I need to do is get 1 goal. I get 1 goal, I'm back in. He puts it out. 1, 2, 3 golden chances. He puts it out. I get spanked 4-1 against 400 rated. While I just beat my club rank 1, 6K rated. So, yes, at the moment, this is a chat show. Let me tell you one thing. My throat is dry now. Everything I mentioned, dudes, everything I mentioned, I never once said script. I never once said dynamic difficulties. I'm not trying to trigger everybody. And I am certainly not a wannabe relevant PES politician to try to win any party, the negative or the positive party. Whatever I'm telling you is my experience. It's what I've been experiencing playing this game over 1,000 games, and most of them live. So for once at all, every time when I get these matches, the more my problem is I talk about it while I'm experiencing it. So I need to flip this, you know? I need to flip this. Most of the time I'm thinking, oh, here we go. 500 rated guy who played hundreds of games with 30% win ratio. Now I'm going to have to beat the AI. I'm going to be too busy beating his AI. And then I'm going to be too busy correcting my own team's mistakes. And then if I get a chance, then I can beat him. Now, dude, I'm not saying every game. I'm not fucking saying every game, okay? I'm not saying every game. But it happens way too much. So I'm trying to figure out something to overcome this shit. Because I know game developers was going to go even more far with this balanced playfield. I don't think it's going to get any better. So my focus for the next upcoming streams, and I'm going to try to figure out the AI even more, because every year I do study the AI before I jump in. There was a lot of things I used to talk about and mention. They used to tell me it's all in my head. The people who told me it's in my head, they come into conclusion it wasn't in their head. Because if that's the case, then I'm not live, you're just dreaming right now. So I'm trying to figure out how to overcome these tough games. Don't rage, obvious one. Don't rush, you make mistakes, obvious one. You know? So I'm trying to read out how can you overcome these kind of shit. I mean, I can't adapt to lag, I can't adapt to delay. Imagine you're playing a game, your whole team feels like they're down arrow, and the opposition is team on fucking blue arrow. It's like mission fucking impossible. So when you're losing a game against a guy who has 500-600 points lesser than you, it looks like he's playing better than you. Because he's got the entire fucking AI backing up every angle, best positioning, attacking, elusiveness, touches, finishing, while you're too busy to trying to figure out your team's own mistake. And I think I'm going on repeat mode right now. I just wanted to put that out there, just wanted to put that out there because I don't want to talk about this subject anymore. So from now on, if you see me losing a game against a 500 rated guy, just slapping a GG on it, or if I'm having these obvious matches where my entire team, the opposition's team has the faster reaction, or I have a faster reaction than my opponent, a good high-rated skillful guy getting spanked against me, I'm just gonna make no comment. Because this is my stream, almost 900 hour streams, 130 streams, all matches play live. It's getting boring. So for the rest of the year that we stream, I'm gonna try my best not to talk about these kind of crap. Because the more I talk about it, the harder it gets for me to overcome it. So from now on, we should try to figure out what can we do to overcome it. But I can't adapt to fucking delay though. Most of the time it's just delay. People say script in my opinion. When you defend, you just select your CF and let the AI defend and do not press square and do nothing. Discharge. Look, dude. I've always said this and I'm gonna say it again. A lot of people, there are two type of good players. Overall good, and there are those ones every year a game comes out, they're gonna train against the AI. Master the game's weak mechanics and the flaws. Okay? Like when they go to train for shooting and finishing, they're not gonna see what kind of beautiful angle or what kind of how to shoot, advance and manual. No. They're gonna find angles where the goalkeeper doesn't have a good response to it. So please don't tell me to try to abuse the game's mechanics. I would rather be 500 rated and play the way I enjoy rather than, I can go for CB. I can time waste as soon as I fucking lead. I can play my game, I can do every fucking douchebag shitty house in the game. Because most of these guys I get matched against, they will do that. I can master the every weak mechanic of the game. That is no fun for me. Maybe I'm almost old school. Maybe I'm old. I don't fucking know. Right? So yeah. I've played against a guy who simply just selected his goalkeeper and let the AI defend for him. And I was sitting here, not raging by the way, because that's not new for me. So I'm sitting here, the guy is just selecting his goalkeeper and I can't break his defense. Imagine, I give this example, I don't know if it's relevant. How can you beat a computer when it's programmed to fuck you up? Imagine you're playing a fruit machine, right? The fruit machine is programmed to not give you a fucking penny, no matter how many money you put in. The first 10 minutes, you're not gonna win a penny, no matter how many money you're gonna put in. That's it, dude. That's it. And there was another game as well. I was playing against a 400 rated guy who played hundreds of games with like 25% win ratio. He was beating me 4-0. And people in my chat was raging on my behalf. They were saying, yo, dude, how can you stay so calm? Because in my head, I'm thinking, if I start talking about what I'm experiencing, I'm going to lose my shit. So I stayed calm and I said, guys, I know I'm not losing 4-0 because I'm getting outplayed. And I'm going to prove it to you. I scored 1 goal. Boom, 2. From 4-0 to 4-1, 4-2, 3-4, 4-4. Last minute, I had a chance to make it 5-4. I fucked up. So, dude, I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Usually when I concede a shitty goal, I go back to see what mistake that I did to concede that shitty goal. So it's not always AI rig. All I'm saying is, dude, it makes sense. If you judge players by their rating, then somebody who played hundreds of games with a terrible win ratio should not dominate way higher rated guys consistently. I rest my case.